Hey guys, I'm Ryan, right?
Hey guys, I'm Andrew.
So today, Andrew and I, or as I like to call him, Andy. I've never called you Andy in my life.
You're making me feel like the little kid from
Toy Story.
Toy Story, and also from Child's Play. Thanks, man.
Ah. I'm like setting you up to get molested. We're gonna check out the trailer for season 2 of one of my all-time favorite shows.
Oh yeah.
Marvel's Daredevil. Fucking love the first show. Could talk forever about it. I'm not going to. I want to clarify something. I'm wearing a Batman beanie right now because I know how loyal Marvel fans are, and I don't want to upset anyone, so I'm wearing Marvel's most favorite comic book hero on my head. Because I don't want to piss anyone off. And I know I don't believe in satire. Let's do this.
Looking forward to this.
One badge. Two badge.
Two badge.
Billion time.
The music.
Father, why do I still feel guilty?
You're Catholic.
The guilt means your work is not yet finished.
Downtown office thinks we got a new player in Hell's Kitchen.
What do they want? The DA's office says the shooter's independent.
Shit, I'm
He's
so
tracking gangs to
stoked.
their home turf and taking them out with military precision.
Yes.
Knowledge and hardware to take out half the city. Hell's Kitchen is about to explode.
Way to go, Netflix.
Bang.
Fuck people up.
Maybe we created him. All of us.
There's no connection.
We never stopped to think that Daredevil's actions could open the door for men like this.
How much longer before innocent people start getting caught as
Sound like the
crossfire?
Joker.
Blood is being shed. And you donated more than your fair share.
The city needs him.
I need to take care of the scum that killed my family.
People don't have to die. You hit them and they get back up. I hit them and they stay down.
Nice.
Why are you doing this?
Because I think you're a half measure. I think you're a man who can't finish the job. I think that you're a coward. You know you're one bad day away from being me.
Such a great line. Such a great line.
That was a good line. Electra.
Hello.
Felt it.
Nice. Electra Nachos.
Felt it.
Yeah, and they also mentioned her in parts in season 1 too.
Okay, Punisher's voice. That's what we hear beginning of this trailer. First thing people are probably going to say, sounds like bats. I know. So, because ever since Christian Bale did that voice, anyone else who does a similar voice just sounds like Batman.
Yeah, Rorschach did in Watchmen, and I remember
Yeah.
everyone compared that.
If we're going to talk about the voice, I'm not breaking down Batman, but I feel like a weird thing with the Batman voice was it didn't quite match his face and demeanor. It matches with John Bernthal very well as the Punisher.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you could see that guy really having that fucking voice. It doesn't seem like this is a voice he's putting on. It's like, that sounds like a real threat right there.
Yeah, not only that, but to me, when I hear him, I'm like, dude, that sounds like Frank Castle. It sounds like the
Exactly,
Punisher.
exactly.
I mean, like, I didn't mind Thomas Jane, and also I think it was Ray Wilkins. I forgot.
Winston.
Ray Stevenson. Ray Stevenson.
Damn,
yeah, and
Winston.
he was Volstagg in the Thor, and also he played in 2 Marvel characters. But I didn't mind their performances. Obviously, the films they were in weren't amazing or anything. Just what I saw in this little clip alone in this trailer. He looks like he just it's kind of, I'm not going to compare him to Heath Ledger, but just where like Heath Ledger took over the role and you're like, where is Heath Ledger? I don't see him. Like, I don't see John Bernthal at all here. I'm like, dude, he is Frank Castle.
My question is, did Frank Castle sound like that when he had a family? Because he would be the scariest fucking father if he had that voice while he was raising his family.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd probably give his kids nightmares if he read
Yeah.
stories in that voice. But I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure like he tones it down a little for his family.
Yeah.
But that I was kind of thinking that too. Like, is he reading to his kids that way?
One match. Two match.
Go to bed now.
There was something about Frank Castle that seems relatable, the loss of family, you know, and it works in comic book characters, but he's a different case because his family was fucking slaughtered. It wasn't like he
Yeah.
lost a parent, like that's not like small, but you know, his family was slaughtered and now he's out for revenge and it's causing him to be this like fucking monster, you know? And that's what I love about this portrayal of what we're seeing from the trailer. Just instantly you're like, this Frank Castle is not Mr. Protagonist of the story. He looks like a real antagonist that we're gonna fucking love watching.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the way the trailer portrayed this, it looks like he's the villain of this season, kind of like Kingpin was in season 1. And not only that, but like, why you sympathize with Frank Castle? Like you said, his family was slaughtered. You want him to get revenge on those who did that to his family. Like, you are feeling it in your body. Like, I love how they're playing the villain aspect in this season. It's going to be... And the banter between those two characters already, like, just looks incredible.
That last line, you're one step away. What was
You're one day away from becoming me.
You're one day away from becoming me.
Such a great line.
And that's true. Because Daredevil's fucking thing is he always wants to kill, but he can't.
So close to the edge every day. And also the line where he says, when you hit them, they come back up. When I hit them, they stay down.
Yeah.
That's completely true. But Punisher does not let them get back up. Because if they're about to get back up, he puts them right back down. So.
And that's what makes him more threatening is because he seems incredibly skilled. They're saying it's military weapons, so you know this guy's from the military. Like, I know like anyone who knows Frank Castle knows all that background. I'm just saying of what they're establishing here. The fact that the Punisher is a murderer makes him incredibly more threatening than Daredevil, because Daredevil you always felt like, okay, at least he's not going to kill them, so it won't get that bad.
Right.
Violence in a show like this can be sometimes scary.
Oh, yeah.
Because of how fucking violent it gets.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
I'm like, damn, how violent is the show gonna be now that we have someone called the Punisher?
Right. Well, I mean, last season, you know, spoilers if anyone didn't see season 1, someone's head got like plowed off by the Kingpin when he slammed the door, and so I mean, they're not afraid to do stuff in this show.
And it wasn't one slam.
Oh no, he slammed like I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's
dude,
a
this
brutal,
fool is threatening.
it's a brutal kill.
Dude, this is connected to the MCU. I'm like, this is the most violent take on the MCU I've ever seen, and I love it. And what I love about these shows too, they don't need to explain everything in 2 hours. They get 14 hours, 13 or 14 episodes to explain and go into the story. That's why I loved Kingpin last season. We got to go into his backstory. There's no way we could have done that in a 2.5 hour film or 2 hour film. Get into all that stuff. That's why I like sometimes how they separate the MCU. And I love last year all the connections they made to the MCU, the references to the Battle in New York. So, you know, they don't go out of their way to say we're connected, but
They're super subtle. They're super subtle.
Exactly. It's not obnoxious.
Everyone just seems like they have badass dialogue. And like when the priest is like, your work, it is not yet finished. Everyone sounds like this in Daredevil. With the priest, I've always liked the interaction because that can be a very big cliche in a lot of work of movies and shows, you know, the guy who's always confessing to the same priest. What's cool about this priest is, you know, he knows he's Daredevil, he's just not going to say it.
It's more like a father figure, I feel like, too. You know, this guy, he kind of steers him in the right direction.
I like the theme of what they're doing with Daredevil. That's what I meant by Dark Knight similarity. You know, like maybe the reason someone like the Punisher exists is because Daredevil opened the door for that. Same thing as like what they talk about with the Joker is Batman has created a door for someone like the Joker to shine. I like seeing that because that does make Daredevil more personally involved because of the fact that if we know the Frank Castle story, it's not because of Daredevil. However, I could see why Daredevil takes such a responsibility to end this guy.
I think they have confirmed that the Punisher is going to get his own Netflix show, and I love that they infused him. Yeah, I love that they infused him in this first, more as an antagonist, more as, hey, Daredevil kind of created this guy, even though, you know, we know the backstory of his family got slaughtered, so that's why he kind of does what he does. But I think it's also they're setting up that obviously they're setting up that Daredevil created this guy, but also they're setting up that Punisher puts guys down because Daredevil won't do the right thing in his mind. He allows these creeps to get back up and they murder people like they murdered his
Yeah.
family. So I love that theme that they're going
and
with.
I love dialogue back and forth when it's a clash of morality.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Knowing the writers and knowing the two fucking actors they have doing it,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just know those scenes of just interaction are
and
gonna be
more.
some of the best scenes.
Yeah.
Beyond the fights, beyond the adventure, those will be the most intense scenes.
I agree. No, and I feel like this year, 2016, is the year of superheroes clashing against each other. We got Punisher versus Daredevil. We got Captain America versus Iron Man. We got Batman versus Superman. Damn, title made me say V. I love how we're getting this backstory, and then it's leading into the series. Make him popular in this series again, and then give him his own series. And it's just very smart marketing to me.
Looking at the morale tale here, I love good conflict to the point where I, as an audience member, am finding myself sometimes siding with Daredevil and sometimes siding with Punisher.
Yeah.
I like to be thrown back and forth. I'm hoping it's not black and white where you're like, well, clearly Punisher's wrong. And it'll create fucking people talking about it too, and that's the fun part, is when you have those discussions. I love how they didn't fucking really show much of Elektra, because
Oh, that tease like they gave. I love it.
they're building her up in a smarter way because they're letting her be more secretive. It doesn't feel like they're jam-packing this season. I feel like Elektra might even get more focus in season 3 than she will get in season 2.
Right.
I like that though. I like that they're taking their time. And Marvel has this
killing it.
They have this interesting rep for not producing some of the greatest villains. They're known to have like mediocre villains. But if you look at Daredevil season 1,
He's one
you
of my
look at
favorites.
Jessica Jones, now you look at this, they know what they're doing with their antagonists in the shows. Yeah, I'm so fucking on board.
You can tell they respect the characters, they respect the lore, and they're, again, just, it's very, like we said, the writing in the show is just crisp. It's amazing. It's just the little dialogue we're hearing in this trailer is phenomenal.
What I'm really interested in seeing too, it's not Bucky, that's from Winter Soldier. What's his name? The buddy. His partner.
But
Matt Murdock's partner.
Bunny? Foggy.
Foggy, yeah.
Foggy Nelson. Yeah, he's actually portrayed by Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Foggy was an interesting person for me because I didn't always give a shit about it. Like, there were times where it's like I was really not interested at all in his story. I thought things got more interesting too, especially when he found out that Matt is Daredevil.
For sure.
I'm really hoping they amplify that relationship in that arena, as opposed to he just becomes his sidekick who gets along with him now, you know, like his buddy who's willing to help him out and support him. I want some conflict between those guys, and I feel like you get a tease of that when, you know, something about bloodshed, what he's talking about.
And I want to see some tension. I want to see some issues.
Exactly.
Like that. This is real situations. Are you like, if I found out that you were fighting crime, I'd say that's sick as crap and all, but be careful as hell, you know. I feel fear for your life a little bit.
Imagine when Marvel finally puts Daredevil and Batman, their favorite Marvel character, in the same
Oh, I can't wait to see that movie.
And last thing I want to say, I hope they bring Kingpin back in some way.
Oh, they have to, man.
have
You can't just leave him in jail. I mean, he's staring at that wall. We need to find out what else is going on.
And I'm glad they didn't kill him off.
Oh,
I'm glad they didn't kill him off.
I was thinking that. I was literally
They
just
did
about to say
X-Men
that.
3 that shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, to me, like you said earlier, he's probably my top 3 favorite MCU villains. Like,
Totally.
okay, there's Loki. I guess Winter Soldier, you can make an argument that he's an anti-hero because Hydra brainwashed him, but still, for that film, I felt he was so scary. And I felt he was, for that particular film, he's a villain in that film until, you know, he gets saved at the end, Bucky. And then the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, he's so menacing, and you feel so much sense of danger for Matt anytime he's on screen. It doesn't matter whether they're on screen together, whether they're a few miles away in the distance, you felt so much tension and danger for Matt whenever Wilson Fisk was on. So they better bring him back.
And that is our trailer review. Listen, guys, keep a lookout. We're probably going to do a review. He'll probably do a review on his channel, Movie Source, for Daredevil Season 2. I'm definitely going to do at least a pilot review and then probably a finale review, so keep a lookout for that when this show is released. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe today. Become a reject. Man, I'd like to reject those kids in hell right now.
I think they're having fun playing soccer out there.
Yeah, motherfucking little...
Play soccer on grass,
kids.
not on streets, dude.
I love Hispanic kids, just not those Hispanic kids. There's no reason to point out they're Hispanic, but I'm doing it anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Andrew, twitter.com/Agor711, Movie Source channel. check it out. I'm going to be doing a film analysis review with him of the Deadpool movie on Sunday. I'm going to film that with him. Don't know when it'll be out, but keep a lookout for that too. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Vine. Man, promoting yourself is so much work.